Anthony Eden 1955-1957. Anthony Eden, born on June 12, 1897, into a distinguished family, embarked on a political journey that would eventually lead him to the pinnacle of British politics. Eden's political career was marked by a combination of diplomatic finesse, wartime service, and a keen understanding of international affairs. Educated at Eton College and later at Christ Church, Oxford, Eden's early life laid the foundation for his future in politics. Eden's political career officially began when he was elected as the Member of Parliament, MP, for Warwick and Leamington in 1923, representing the Conservative Party. His rise within the party was swift, and he held various ministerial positions throughout the interwar years, including roles in the Foreign Office. Notably, Eden gained recognition for his diplomatic skills during the negotiations leading to the Munich Agreement in 1938, where he played a crucial role in appeasement efforts with Nazi Germany. As Anthony Eden assumed the role of Prime Minister in 1955, he inherited a world grappling with the aftermath of the Second World War. The mid-1950s were characterized by the ongoing Cold War between the United States and the Soviet Union, which had a profound impact on global politics. In this post-war era, Britain was navigating its own path of recovery and adjustment to a changing world order. The decline of the British Empire was becoming increasingly apparent, with decolonization movements gaining momentum in Asia and Africa. The Suez Canal, a vital maritime route, was a focal point of geopolitical tension, as Egypt sought to assert control over the strategic waterway, challenging the interests of the Western powers. Against this backdrop, Eden's leadership would be tested by complex international relations, and his decisions would shape the trajectory of British foreign policy during a critical juncture in history. Anthony Eden's early life and upbringing played a crucial role in shaping his character and political outlook. Born into a distinguished family on June 12, 1897, in County Durham, Eden hailed from a privileged background. His father, Sir William Eden, was a baronet, and his mother, Sybil Frances Grey, came from an aristocratic lineage. Raised amidst the privileges of wealth and status, Eden's childhood was marked by a strong emphasis on education and public service. Educated at Eton College, one of the most prestigious schools in England, Eden developed a foundation of academic excellence and cultivated a sense of duty instilled by his family. Later, he continued his education at Christ Church, Oxford, where he studied Oriental languages. This academic background not only showcased Eden's intellectual prowess but also laid the groundwork for his future engagement in international affairs. Eden's foray into politics commenced in the early 1920s when he decided to pursue a career as a conservative politician. In 1923, he successfully contested the parliamentary seat for Warwick and Leamington, marking the beginning of his political journey. Eden's eloquence and charisma quickly garnered attention within the Conservative Party, and he swiftly rose through the ranks. During the interwar period, Eden's political acumen became evident as he took on various ministerial positions, including roles within the Foreign Office. His tenure as Foreign Secretary during Neville Chamberlain's premiership was particularly noteworthy, with Eden showcasing diplomatic skills during critical events such as the Munich Agreement in 1938. Despite resigning from Chamberlain's government over disagreements on appeasement policies, Eden's political career continued to ascend. Eden's journey to becoming Prime Minister was marked by a series of influential roles and responsibilities. Following World War II, he served as the Secretary of State for Foreign Affairs in Winston Churchill's post-war government, contributing significantly to the shaping of Britain's foreign policy. Eden's commitment to international cooperation and a desire for stability in the post-war world gained him recognition. His political ascent continued with the role of Deputy Prime Minister under Churchill, where he further solidified his reputation as a capable and strategic leader. In 1955, with Churchill's retirement, Eden assumed the mantle of Prime Minister, stepping into a critical period of global politics and facing the challenges of the post-war era. His extensive experience in diplomatic affairs and leadership roles positioned him to navigate the complexities of British and international politics during his premiership. In April 1955, Anthony Eden's political journey reached a significant milestone as he succeeded Sir Winston Churchill as the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Churchill, having led the nation through the tumultuous years of World War II, decided to step down, and the Conservative Party turned to Eden as the natural successor. Eden had been an integral part of Churchill's government, serving as both Foreign Secretary and Deputy Prime Minister, and his diplomatic expertise and leadership qualities made him a fitting choice to lead the nation into a new era. Taking office during a period of transition, Eden inherited both the successes and challenges of the post-war period. The euphoria of victory had faded, and Britain was grappling with economic recovery, changing social dynamics, and the complexities of its global role in the aftermath of the war. Eden's leadership was poised to address these issues and guide the nation through a pivotal phase in its history. As Prime Minister, Anthony Eden faced a spectrum of domestic challenges that demanded immediate attention. One of the central issues was the state of the British economy. The post-war years brought about the need for economic reconstruction and modernization. Eden's government implemented various economic policies aimed at revitalizing industry, managing inflation, and promoting stability. Social issues were also at the forefront of Eden's domestic agenda. The government addressed housing shortages with ambitious housing projects, and educational reforms were initiated to meet the changing needs of a society in transition. Additionally, Eden's administration worked on healthcare improvements and social welfare programs to enhance the quality of life for the British people. However, despite these domestic policy efforts, Eden's tenure faced difficulties, including industrial unrest and economic challenges. The Conservative Party struggled to maintain a cohesive vision amid shifting societal dynamics and economic demands. These domestic challenges added complexity to Eden's leadership, requiring adept navigation of internal politics and public sentiment. Moreover, the Suez Crisis of 1956, a key foreign policy event, also had profound implications domestically. The fallout from the crisis led to increased scrutiny and criticism of Eden's government, impacting its popularity and ultimately contributing to his resignation in 1957. The Suez Crisis of 1956 was a pivotal moment in post-war international relations, and it had far-reaching consequences for British foreign policy. The crisis was rooted in the nationalization of the Suez Canal by Egyptian President Gamal Abdel Nasser in July 1956. Nasser's decision to take control of the canal, a vital waterway for global trade and a symbol of imperial influence, prompted a strong response from the United Kingdom, France, and Israel. The Suez Canal, situated in Egypt, held strategic importance as it provided the shortest maritime route between Europe and Asia. Its nationalization by Nasser was seen as a direct challenge to the interests of Western powers, particularly Britain and France. In response, a secret plan was devised by the three nations to regain control of the canal and remove Nasser from power. As the Prime Minister during the Suez Crisis, Anthony Eden played a central role in shaping the course of events. Eden perceived Nasser's nationalization of the Suez Canal as a direct threat to British interests and global stability. Fueled by a desire to assert British influence in the region and remove Nasser from power, Eden supported the military intervention. Eden's decision-making process, however, was marked by a degree of secrecy and a lack of consultation. The invasion of Egypt took place without prior consultation with the United States or the United Nations, showcasing a unilateral approach by the British government. Eden's handling of the crisis reflected a Cold War mindset, where the British government sought to safeguard its imperial interests and maintain influence in the face of perceived threats. The Suez Crisis drew international condemnation and exposed the declining influence of traditional colonial powers. The United States, under President Dwight D. Eisenhower, opposed the military intervention, signaling a shift in the dynamics of the Anglo-American relationship. The United Nations, led by strong opposition from the United States and the Soviet Union, demanded a ceasefire and withdrawal of forces. The Suez Crisis ended with a withdrawal of British, French, and Israeli forces from Egypt. The military intervention was widely criticized, and Eden faced domestic and international backlash for his role in the affair. The episode significantly damaged Britain's standing on the world stage, highlighting the limitations of traditional imperial power in the face of changing global dynamics. Internally, the Suez Crisis contributed to a loss of confidence in Eden's leadership, and it played a pivotal role in his eventual resignation in 1957. The crisis marked a turning point in British foreign policy, pushing the country towards a more cooperative and multilateral approach in the post-colonial era. The Suez Crisis stands as a symbol of the challenges and complexities faced by Britain as it grappled with the realities of decolonization and the evolving international order. Anthony Eden's leadership style was characterized by a blend of diplomatic finesse, a commitment to public service, and a sense of duty. Known for his calm and measured demeanor, Eden approached leadership with a certain elegance and sophistication. His early experiences in diplomatic roles, including serving as foreign secretary during critical moments leading up to World War II, honed his skills in negotiation and international relations. Eden was often described as urbane and articulate, possessing the ability to convey complex ideas with clarity. His approach to decision-making was methodical, and he placed a high value on maintaining stability in both domestic and foreign affairs. However, these very characteristics would be tested and challenged during the tumultuous Suez Crisis. Public perception of Anthony Eden during his time as Prime Minister was initially positive, with many viewing him as a competent and experienced leader. His long-standing service in various ministerial roles, coupled with his reputation as a skilled diplomat, contributed to a sense of confidence in his ability to lead the nation. Eden's eloquence and charisma also played a role in shaping a favorable public image. However, the Suez Crisis dramatically altered public perception. The covert nature of the military intervention and the subsequent international condemnation led to a significant loss of public confidence in Eden's leadership. The media, which initially had been supportive, turned critical as details of the Suez Crisis unfolded. Eden's handling of the situation, particularly the lack of consultation with key allies, contributed to a sense of betrayal among the public. Suez Crisis fallout. The most significant challenge to Eden's leadership came in the form of the Suez Crisis. The military intervention, coupled with the subsequent withdrawal under international pressure, exposed the flaws in Eden's decision-making process and damaged Britain's global standing. Lack of consultation. Eden's tendency to make decisions within a close circle of advisors, without broader consultation, was a key criticism. The secrecy surrounding the Suez operation contributed to a perception of autocratic decision-making. Deterioration of health. During his time as Prime Minister, Eden's health deteriorated significantly. He struggled with illness, including a series of operations, which impacted his ability to effectively lead the government. This physical vulnerability added another layer of complexity to the challenges he faced. Resignation. The culmination of these challenges led to Eden's resignation in 1957. The loss of confidence, both within his own party and among the general public, made it increasingly untenable for him to continue as Prime Minister. The resignation of Anthony Eden in 1957 was a culmination of various factors, most notably the fallout from the Suez Crisis. The controversial military intervention and the subsequent diplomatic failure severely damaged Eden's political standing both domestically and internationally. Several key factors contributed to his decision to step down. International backlash. The Suez Crisis resulted in widespread international condemnation, especially from the United States and the Soviet Union. The United States, a key ally, opposed the military intervention, and the subsequent pressure from President Dwight D. Eisenhower forced Britain to withdraw its forces. The failure of the Suez operation dealt a significant blow to Eden's credibility on the world stage. Domestic criticism. The handling of the Suez Crisis led to a loss of confidence among the British public. The lack of transparency and consultation, coupled with the perception of a failed military venture, eroded support for Eden's leadership at home. Public and political figures alike criticized his decision-making during the crisis. Health issues. Eden's health had been a concern throughout his time as Prime Minister. The physical toll of multiple operations and the stress associated with the Suez Crisis further compromised his ability to lead effectively. In 1957, Eden's doctors advised him to step down due to his declining health. Diplomatic legacy. Eden's earlier diplomatic achievements, such as his role in the Munich Agreement and his service as Foreign Secretary, contributed to his positive reputation in the realm of international relations. However, the failure of the Suez operation tarnished this legacy. Impact on British imperialism. The Suez Crisis symbolized the decline of traditional British imperialism. The inability to assert control over the Suez Canal highlighted the shift in global power dynamics and marked a turning point in Britain's post-colonial identity. Legacy of the Suez Crisis. Eden's resignation in the wake of the Suez Crisis left a lasting impact on British politics. It prompted a re-evaluation of the country's foreign policy and its role in the post-colonial world. The crisis highlighted the limitations of military intervention and the necessity of a more cooperative approach in international affairs. Anthony Eden's tenure as Prime Minister from 1955 to 1957 was marked by a mixture of achievements and challenges. Initially entering office with a strong reputation as a skilled diplomat and experienced politician, Eden faced the complexities of a post-war world undergoing rapid change. His leadership saw notable domestic policies aimed at economic recovery and social development. However, the Suez Crisis, a defining moment of his premiership, overshadowed his earlier successes. The controversial military intervention in Egypt, motivated by a desire to protect British interests, ultimately backfired, leading to international condemnation and a loss of public confidence. The fallout from the crisis, combined with Eden's declining health, culminated in his resignation in 1957. The Suez Crisis had a profound and lasting impact on British politics and foreign relations. It marked the end of an era where traditional imperial powers could unilaterally assert their influence without global repercussions. The failed intervention exposed the limitations of military force and highlighted the need for a more collaborative and multilateral approach in international affairs. The crisis accelerated the decline of British imperialism and contributed to a re-evaluation of the country's role in the world. It emphasized the importance of aligning foreign policy with changing global dynamics and the need for diplomacy over military intervention. The Suez Crisis significantly shaped the trajectory of post-colonial British foreign relations, pushing the country towards a more pragmatic and cooperative stance. In conclusion, Anthony Eden's leadership, while marked by challenges and controversies, provides insights into the complexities of post-war British politics and international relations. The Suez Crisis, in particular, remains a key moment in history, shaping the trajectory of British foreign policy and offering enduring lessons in leadership for generations to come. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it informative, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more content like this in the future.